students. It's Mr. Sargent here with your day 133 recap video for ELA and for science. In ELA today, we continued working on character voices. All right. Then we continued working with our SCAPE chart, or we can just call it our scape chart. And we read a story. Now today we're going to have a read along where we practice both the voices as well as putting things on our chart. In science today, we focused on recycling. What can be recycled, what should be recycled, and what cannot be recycled. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and let's begin learning. So this week in ELA, we have focused on giving our characters voices. Now, when we're looking at our voices, we have two examples that we've talked about this week, and we can kind of put them on a scale of Elmo to Darth Vader. Now, when you think about these two characters, we have one that is a happy character. They sound a little bit different, like, well, just like this. And on the other hand, we have our villainous character here as Darth Vader, and their voices are going to sound somewhat different. Now, whenever you read, you think of this scale. You think of, okay, my character is either a hero or it's a villain. How do they sound? So when you decide to choose a voice to read in, well, using this scale may actually help you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to read this story right here. And as we read it, and hopefully you're reading it on Epic with me, when you read it, you need to create the voices for the characters. Now, whenever you see the quotation marks, that's when you have to change your voice. So ladies and gentlemen, let's go practice this. The title of the story is The Three Little Pigs and the New Neighbor. Once there were three little pigs. One lived in a house made of straw. One lived in a house made of sticks. And one in a house made of bricks. One day, a new neighbor moved in next door to the straw house. "Oh no!" cried the little pig. "It's the big bad wolf!" All day, the wolf worked hard sorting out his new home. "Now I'm hungry," he said, and prepared himself a tasty dinner. But he knocked over the pepper shaker. The pepper went everywhere. The wolf coughed and sneezed and choked on all the pepper. It even got into his eyes. "I need water," he gasped, "but I haven't got any. Perhaps that little pig next door will help me." The wolf knocked on the first little pig's door. The pig was so scared he squealed, "Go away! There's nobody home!" The wolf knocked harder, but the door was only made of straw, so his paw went right through. The little pig ran to his brother's house, made of sticks. "Help! Let me in! The big bad wolf is after me!" he squealed. "Oh no!" wheezed the wolf. "There's no one at home. I'll try next door. The little pig there might help me." The wolf knocked on the door, and the two little pigs quickly hid. "Let me in!" the wolf sputtered. But no one answered. Maybe there's someone upstairs, he thought, and went to climb up. But the wolf was heavy, and the house was only made of sticks. The roof broke and fell right through. "Oh dear, what a mess!" the wolf groaned. "Perhaps the little pig next door will help me." The two little pigs ran next door to their brother's house. "Help!" they cried. "The big bad wolf is trying to eat us up!" As the wolf knocked on the door, the third little pig shouted, "Go away! My house is made of bricks. You'll never get in and eat us up." "But I don't want to eat you up. I only want some water," coughed the wolf. The three little pigs laughed. Then they gave the wolf as much water as he could drink, and plenty more. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our story today. Now, if you noticed, every time the different characters spoke, I used a different voice. Ladies and gentlemen, find a book on Epic and practice this. Remember, your voice for that character is going to help you understand the character even better. Now, after we finished the book, we took a look at our scape chart. Now, if you look at the story that we read, we have our setting, which is, well, the pig's neighborhood. Our characters, which we know are the three little pigs and the wolf. See how I know it didn't say big bad wolf? I said wolf. We have our action, which is our beginning, middle, and end of the story, which we already know because we just heard it. We have our problem. Now, a special shout out to Jordan, who came up with one of the greatest problems ever. And the problem of this story is not the pepper, it's not the wolf, it's the pigs. The pigs judged a book by its cover. They thought that the wolf was big and bad, so they didn't want to help. They judged a book, they judged the wolf based on what they knew about wolves. And we learned long ago not to do that. And that goes to our ending, in which they all became friends and they helped each other out. So after you type that in, and by the way, you can find the link to your own scape chart in the description below to fill in your answers. After we did that, we just practiced a little bit more of our character voices. In science today, well, we focused on recycling, and I want to give a special shout out to all those students that sent me pictures to help me remember to recycle. Now, we actually took a virtual field trip to a recycling center, which you can find in the description below, and visit it yourself. Now, a couple things that we learned is when we recycle, well, we put things in a bin, don't we? But there are some things that we can do and some things that don't belong in that recycling bin. So let's talk first about the 4 things that we can put in recycling bins. Number 1, plastic bottles. Not plastic bags, because plastic bags mess up the machines, but plastic bottles. Now, we don't just put it in there with the liquids and whatever we use in there. You gotta wash them out first, all right? And in the same respect, we have aluminum, like metal cans and things like that. Whenever we use a metal can, we gotta wash it out, dry it out, and then put it in our recycling bin. Next, we have paper. And ladies and gentlemen, we got tons of paper. You can actually just put paper right in the recycling bin. And finally, we have cardboard. Now, what's important with a cardboard box is you got to break it down. 1, they take up a lot of space, don't they? But 2, it helps the machines when you've already broken down the cardboard. So I'm gonna encourage all of you, ladies and gentlemen, to check out the video below in the description that shows how things are recycled. And I want you thinking about ways that you can recycle at home. Now, tomorrow we're gonna be doing a lab in which all you're gonna need is a bowl of water and some wallpaper that you've already used. And we're gonna reuse it for something new. So I look forward to doing that lab with each and every one of you. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for day 133. I wanna thank everybody out there for being so awesome, paying attention, being star students. I cannot be more proud of you. Do not forget, April 19th, our science fair projects are due, so make sure that you are asking some good questions and you are all working very hard. All right? So, until the next time I see you, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night.